Hi there! So today I'm doing a first impression and a review on the L'Oreal Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation 24 Hours. Now, for a long time, I thought that these two were the same product but in different packaging. But then I realised that this one has a satin finish, whereas the Pro Matte one is matte. I have done a first impression and a review on the Pro Matte one and I didn't like it at all. I'll link it down below. I just found that it was really heavy looking. I was deep into Cake Town when I wore this. I just was not very impressed with it. But I am going in open-minded today about this one because in general I love L'Oreal. They're probably my favourite drugstore brand. The other day, by the way, someone was riding me about saying drugstore. They were like, Anwen, why are you saying drugstore in all your videos? This is one of my friends here in the UK. I said, look, everyone says drugstore on YouTube. Everyone gets what I'm saying, but I hope that that's not weird to you, because then it gave me a bit of a complex. You know, if someone mentions something and you're like, maybe it is weird. I don't know. Is it weird? Just tell me if it is and I'll just stop saying drugstore. But that's just how I see Boots, Superdrug. I see them as drugstores now. But anyway, side note. Another side note before I just get started. It's freezing here today in Manchester, which is why I've got my little headband on. I hope you don't mind. I mean, most girls here on YouTube wear super sassy, kind of trendy, you know, the little ear kind of headbands when they're doing first impressions. Not me. I'm just going for comfort because apparently I've reached a certain age now where comfort is everything, so I hope you don't mind. But anyway, so I bought this for $9.99. It's the shade Vanilla, which is the same shade that I had in the Pro Matte. Vanilla just seems to be a go-to shade for me with drugstore foundations. It usually seems to work, so I don't know, we shall see today, I suppose. On the back it says 24-hour just applied finish, 24-hour flawless complexion, no transfer. These are bullet points here. No transfer, no visible imperfections, no visible shine, no dry out, no mask effect, enriched with hydrating hyaluron, plus extreme hold pigments for optimum comfort. Okay, so, oh, it's also got SPF 18 in it as well. So I suppose all that's left to do is just put this on my face right now so we can test it out. I have got a beauty blender, which is a counterfeit one I got from AliExpress for $3.99, and it's perfect. I love it. Couldn't recommend highly enough. It's brilliant. And then I've also got my other knockoff Zoeva buffing brush, which AliExpress, it's not real Zoeva, but I love it. Both of these are just absolutely bomb diggity. I just love them both. One side with the beauty blender, one side with the brush, and just see which one I like best. I must say recently I have been fully converted to the buffing brush. It just seems to apply the majority of my foundations so much flawlessly than the beauty blender. I don't know, maybe it's just a novelty thing, who knows. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight into this. That's the wrong one. I picked up the wrong one. That's definitely not the one we're going to be doing today. This is the one. Okay, so it comes with a pumpity pump, which is always a pleasure to see. And yeah, I'm just going to get straight into this. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. Keeping it classy on my channel as always. What would you expect anything else? So here we go. Pump. Oh, it would help, wouldn't it, if I looked what I was doing. Okay, not going well so far. Okay, so I'm just pumping it out to my hand. Pump. There we go. So it is quite a runny consistency. If you can see there, it's running away. It also looks pretty dark for a vanilla. Should we just compare it out of interest to the Pro Matte, because we should have a look and see if they are very similar. The Pro Matte one looks completely different. How can they both be the vanilla shade and in the same Infallible foundation line but be completely different? The Pro Matte one is a lot more of like a beige neutral tone, whereas this one is much warmer and yellowy toned. How is that possible? I just don't know. But anyway, that's I've not got anything. I never have anything here to wipe my hand on. You'd think I'd be a bit... Oh, I do. I found some tissue. Okay, so I'm going to wipe... I'm going to try to just get rid of the Pro Matte one. I'm going to begin with the Beauty Blender side, and I'm going to do this side of my old face. Okay, so this is where it's going to be a bit tricky and unpractical to be wearing my headband today. Okie dokie. Oh gosh, it looks super yellow tone, doesn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Could that be any more yellow undertone? I can tell you right now, I think it's highly unlikely that this is going to match me in any way, shape or form, because I don't think I've ever seen a foundation quite so yellow as this. Can you see what I mean? The consistency of it feels very liquidy, and it doesn't feel thick in any way at all. So, oh, why am I picking up that? See, I'm addicted to my brush now. I was picking up my brush. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's begin. Oh, I can't hold my mirror. You know what? I think it's oxidizing already. I've not even started to blend it out, and I feel like it's oxidizing because it's looking orange. It literally is looking orange right now. I hate it when you're wearing a foundation for the first time, and just because of the shade, it just disappoints you before you've even done anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a bit disappointed at this point, and I've not even blended it out yet. So, anyway. Okay, so this seems to be applying really nicely with the Beauty Blender. No issues to mention so far. I don't know if I would say it's a medium coverage though. Okay, so my camera just cut out, but I've pretty much applied it to this side of my face. And the thing that I'm going to say is, shade is absolutely horrific. I don't think I've ever seen like a foundation that, well, actually I have. The Air Matte by Bourjois was pretty bad, to be honest. That was bad. I mean, that called itself vanilla, and it should have been called orangutan. Orangutans aren't even orange, are they? But anyway, that's what comes to my mind when I think of it. So as you can see, it has given me a nice kind of, I'd say, light medium coverage. It's definitely in no way a full coverage, but then again, I did use a damp beauty blender to apply it, so maybe that's why it, I don't know, it could have taken the coverage down a little bit, who knows. So by the way, this also has quite a strong but not offensive smell to it, which, I mean, I'm not disliking it, but it's just something to mention. It has got a bit of a scent going on. Also on my hand where I've rubbed off what I had remaining on there, can you see how orange it's gone? And it's not picking up on camera, but believe me, like in person, this is orange central. It's also looking really cakey just around this area here, which I'm not liking. But anyway, we're going to go in, we're going to reserve our judgment, we're going to do the second half of my face. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I don't do just like a first impression and then updates throughout the day and then giving my conclusion. I like to do this first impression so we can all experience it together, but then I'll go away and wear this foundation over however long it takes. See, this is my spiel now. I feel like this is a spiel I do every time, but I'll wear the foundation for however long it takes me to form an opinion on it, and then I'll come back and let you know in like a couple of weeks or so. I feel like it's unfair really to just like wear a foundation one time and then, you know, give an opinion on it, because I've done that in the past and I don't know, I've always felt like it's not really thorough review, if that makes sense. So I'm not in any way criticising people that do just do a first impression in a day. That's fine. I'm not criticising you whatsoever. You do you. That's great. But for me, I like to just give it a bit more of a wear. Oh, I've almost fell off the stool again. This stool, seriously, fractured relationship. Okay, so I put a bit more, I would say, onto this side, and I'm using my buffing brush just to apply it. By the way, I did clean my, not that you can tell now because I've got foundation all over it, but I did clean my buffing brush, especially for this occasion, last night. Not as easy to apply with the brush as the other foundations that I enjoy. The other, oh, I've got a bit of brush hair coming out. See, counterfeit brushes. That's the first time a bit of hair's come out from my brush though, in all fairness to the brush. I love this brush. Seriously, I cannot get enough of this brush. Okay, so I definitely say I'm getting a bit more coverage on the brush side, although that could be down to the fact that I did apply a bit more, I would say. What I'm noticing as well, I think it's probably easier. I'm going to move to the Beauty Blender just because I'm having a bit of trouble blending it in with the brush. So I'm going back to the old Beauty Blender. Oh God, it's clinging into my moustache. I definitely need to be doing something about this moustache pretty soon because this foundation is not doing it any favours whatsoever, so the stash has to go. It does look slightly higher coverage, I'd say, on this side, but again, I just think that's down to the fact that I applied a bit more on that side. So I mean, it's not coming off on camera as looking that bad at all. Like on camera, I mean it's coming off as looking fuller coverage than it actually looks in person. It looks pretty orange, to be quite honest with you, in person as well. I wouldn't say it's emphasising my pores in any way. It's not. It looks quite... It's made my skin look quite smooth. And it's just looking cakey, just around my chin area. Now, this is an area where I used to struggle a lot with hormonal breakouts. So I think because I've got a bit of texture there, sometimes if I use a kind of a heavier foundation, they do tend to really kind of not sit well in that area, and this is definitely happening with this particular foundation, which I'm not liking at all. I do believe though it has really made my whole T-zone area where I struggle with pores quite smooth, so that's a joy to behold. But you can see now as I go back, it's totally not in any way, shape or form matching the colour of my neck. And this is vanilla. This is the second to lightest shade. The lightest shade is Porcelain. Maybe I should have gone for that one because I believe from what I've read the vanilla is actually more yellow toned, which yes, I think it definitely is. So I mean, I'm not going to set this. I'm going to wear it for the rest of the day, and then I'm going to wear it to work, wear it to Tesco, just wear it wherever I may decide to go, which is work and Tesco, because I don't really go out anywhere else. Which, so yeah, okay, so I'm not hating it, I'm not loving it. On camera I'm liking it a lot more than I am in person, but and the smell, actually, that it's got quite a powerful scent to it. I can smell it. As I said, it's not offensive, it's just very there, like it's there, it's here with me now, right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go. The next time you see me, it'll be in a week or so, and I'll be giving you all my thoughts on this foundation after I've actually tested it out. And yeah, so I shall see you soon. Bye. Close up. So awkward, isn't it? So awkward in the close-up. Ignore my moustache. Definitely need to get rid of that very soon. Bye. Hi there. So I know that I probably look a little bit strange right now and potentially look like I have bruises where my highlight should be. This is the, I think it's called the Unicorn Highlight by iHat Makeup, which is a brand that's made by Tam Beauty, who also make Makeup Revolution. No, I did a kind of, what do you call it? A show and tell? Like a first impression of the Unicorn Highlight, and this is blue. So that's why I'm looking a bit bruised right now. Anyway, so I'm back to give you my thoughts on the Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation by L'Oreal, which I don't know why I'm saying that because you will have seen my intro. I forget that you've just seen the intro, but it's like a week later. Anyway, so I've worn this a couple of times and I have formed my opinion. I am not a huge fan. I've always kind of wondered what the difference is between these two. You've got the Infallible 24-hour matte, and then this is just this Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation. Really, they're pretty similar. They're both really cakey. They both oxidize and kind of look orange as soon as I put them on. I've got them both in the shade Vanilla, which apparently is like orange toned. What's Alex got? Oh, hello, what have you brought me? Alex is here today. Oh, you brought Fireman Sam's Pontypandy map. I'm sure everybody will be wanting to see this, Alex. Thank you, gorgeous. I don't really know what the difference is meant to be. I find that this one... Yes, so I'm not really sure. Oh, he's going back down again. Okay, that's fine. Rejected. I would say that this one is definitely more of a kind of matte finish, surprisingly. This one is more of like a... I don't want to call it a satin finish because it's not. It's kind of like 3/4 into matte, but not quite there. It took a turn at the last minute and decided to go into like demi matte territory. So I find that this foundation, apart from making me look completely orange, really cakes up in the middle of my eyebrows. It feels quite like mask-like and heavy on the skin. It also accentuates my pores, which really grinds my gears. And all in all, I just feel like it's not the best foundation. Now, I'm a huge fan of L'Oreal. L'Oreal's probably my favourite, like, drugstore brand. But for some reason, I just can't get down with this Infallible range. There was talk on the internet that this Stay Fresh foundation was actually meant to be like the Pro Glow, because you probably know that L'Oreal brought out the Pro Glow Infallible foundation in America, and then I actually asked one of the L'Oreal girls when Pro Glow, I cannot say it. I asked one of the L'Oreal girls when Pro Glow was coming out in the UK. No plans to actually bring it out in the UK, which I was like, say what? But why? If I worked for L'Oreal, I'd be like, this foundation has obviously gone down so well in America. We need to bring it out in the UK. I don't understand that. Like, why would they not bring it out in the UK? But anyway, so then I heard this like conspiracy that this was actually the Pro Glow, which I don't think it is, because it's not actually very dewy or glowy. So I don't know if it is meant to be like the Pro Glow, but in a different packaging. Who knows? We'll probably never know. I would say is, if you've tried the 24-hour matte and you didn't like it, then I definitely wouldn't bother trying the Stay Fresh one, because I think they're pretty similar, really. I just think there's a slight difference in the level of how matte they actually are. I think if you didn't like that one, you're not going to like this one, and vice versa. If you enjoyed the 24-hour matte, then I'd say, well, why not try the Stay Fresh? But then again, I just think it's a slightly less matte finish. I don't know why they bothered bringing that out. Like, why have they bothered bringing these two out when they could have brought like the matte one out and then the Pro Glow? I don't know why they've not done that, which is why I think these whole conspiracy theories, which I don't want, I feel stupid calling it conspiracy theory, but I think that's why the whole kind of theory started, because it's like, well, we've got two of a very similar product. You've just released a Pro Glow in America. Sorry, Alex. Bring out the Pro Glow, please, L'Oreal. And I'm dying to try it. Bring it out. I can't wait to try it. I feel like I don't really like the matte foundations from L'Oreal. I really like the more dewy foundations. Like, I love the what's it called? The Lumi Magique, the bottle one and the cushion. I like the dewy foundations from L'Oreal. The matte ones, not so much. I don't feel like they've nailed it for me. I just feel like they're all quite heavy looking. Anyway, I've got Alex playing down here, which is why... Okay, he's not playing, he's breastfeeding, okay. He's breastfeeding right now. I just really wanted to do the conclusion to this video right now whilst I'm wearing the foundation, so you could actually see it, because I don't really... Well, I'm not looking forward to having to put it on again, so I just wanted to get it done. I hope you don't mind. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go now, and can you see how it's rubbed off on my chin as well? Look at that. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I will be back soon with more reviews. Bye!